Dave.
Hey.
Jordan.
Hello.
And special guest DM, John.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm that special, but
You
I have
count.
my moments.
CFO of the Cave Trolls.
I'll take it.
One of
I'll
the
take
few
it.
people we can deal with, so that makes you special in our book.
Exactly.
Okay.
Also the only person at this table with any sort of degree.
Okay, that's fair.
That's why you're CFO. Your degree's not even in math, but it's...
Well, it is in finance, which
You're
is
not-
the F.
They don't need to know that. You're ruining it.
Oh, I have an art degree. I totally belong at this table.
So you have a degree in statistics,
Finance and econ.
finance and econ.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I'm the man.
I'm glad I put you in charge of our money. Then good thing we have none. It can't be that hard of a job.
Yeah.
I do need you to do our taxes though. Each individual person's.
I
all
know a
of them.
guy.
You know? Yeah, you mean like an accountant?
Well,
know
yeah.
him.
Well, actually, I know a girl, but
I know a guy that needs his taxes done.
is it you?
Same here.
Is it all three of you?
We don't know how to add or subtract.
Well, do you know how to lie?
We're pretty fluent in
Because
that.
that's bad.
Then doing your taxes.
I mean,
I don't have a
never
social
lie.
security number. Is that bad? Is that needed for this?
Mine is 5.
Okay.
Niner?
I think there's a letter in there somewhere.
Did I just hear you say niner? So how long have you had your degree for?
A couple weeks now.
Huh.
I graduated in December.
So you're already rolling in the dough.
No, I'm going to grad school, so I'm still
Okay.
just gushing money out.
So that's why that's why you allowed me to arbitrarily hire you for
Yeah.
no money.
Yeah.
You're like, sure, whatever I can get.
Also, my resume looks a lot better now.
Did you list us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh
a
yeah.
bad idea.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's
That's a
not
terrible
it's not in my employment yet, but it is on the resume.
Anybody listening, if you want to hire John to do math stuff, money stuff,
Money stuff.
Yeah. I was just going to say that number that I gave you for a reference, that's not a real number, so.
Oh really?
Did you list me as a reference?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'm like,
I thought it was weird that it started with 900, but
no, that's his number.
okay.
That's the real part of my number.
That's the accurate part.
Yeah. Spider-Man. 900 Spider-Man.
900 Spider-Man.
Does that work as a number? How many digits is that?
I think it's too many. It's one too many.
Oh
But-
man,
I
Spider-Man.
I think it's too many.
900
Spider-
SPIDE. It is too many.
that
You're right.
way.
So if there
It's
was,
the extension.
if it was
the
Spider-Man's,
AN
then it
is
would
the
be
extension.
yeah. Yeah.
I just realized. So we, I don't know if you've noticed, but we now have soft boxes. We have fancy lighting now, and goddamn, do we look pale?
yeah, we do.
Well, that's actually just us.
That's just nuts. I know it is.
It's not
Well,
really a
When we buy our drone with the 4K camera on it,
So I can operate the camera while podcasting.
we can pan the camera from over here.
back to the
I
camera.
think it says something that our set is in the basement.
We're the cave trolls. My favorite thing about it is my wife is an artist. She paints these awesome posters and portraits for us. And then we have all these really cool posters that we've collected over the years. And they're all off screen.
Yep.
We built this set of just random knickknacks and tchotchkes that we got from like random subscription boxes and Loot Crate. And we built this other set, and I'll pan over towards the end just so they can get a look at it for our reaction video. So we do have a few up on the site and on YouTube with those on it, but most of them are just this.
Are just this corner,
And
yeah.
we have all these fancy things over there. It's like, why don't we use
And then
that?
just blank wall
Yep.
behind you guys.
Well, unlike a lot of people on the internet, we don't have a set. So this is literally a concrete wall.
It's not just a flat. We promise.
So we can't drill into it very often because we ruin a drill bit every single time.
Yeah. Well, have you gotten a cement drill bit yet?
Yeah, no,
yeah, they're all
they're
okay.
masonry
yeah,
bits.
masonry
Okay.
bits,
But we
I'm
buy
just-
cheap ones because we're cheap.
I'm just making sure because I've met
well,
people who
we
are
have
just
drywall bits, but
Okay.
for some reason they're not.
Balling on a
My
budget
drill
over
lit
here.
on fire and smoked yesterday. I don't know if it's supposed to do that.
No, it
What
is.
was
I
it
think
smoking?
that's how you get into the cement.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
The
See,
fire
you're doing it
helps.
wrong. You just have to go in reverse.
Oh,
It all works out.
because my drill is from Australia.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It has to go backwards. Just
that
like the
makes so
toilet.
much more sense. I'm so dumb sometimes.
Gravity
you know?
works different with an Australian drill.
Oh yeah,
It-
exactly.
It's like British cars. They don't work unless they're on the left side of the road.
exactly
You,
right.
you have to hold it upside down too.
Okay, all right. Well, man, maybe we should just start this over when we move everything over. Or we could not
Welcome
destroy all
to
this.
the Cave Trolls Home Improvement Podcast.
If you didn't come here for your home improvement tips, I'm sorry.
Next week, Tim Allen. I wish.
We could get him. He's from Michigan.
Oh my God!
I doubt he lives here still. Yeah.
Detroit.
He's been arrested here several times. Listen,
So have I.
Wayne County, man. Just for legal reasons, we have not been arrested since we have been in the Cave Trolls. Thank you.
Not since, no.
I've also never been arrested, future employers.
Neither has Jordan. It was only a joke.
Yeah.
Under my employ, no one has been arrested, correct?
Correct.
Okay, God.
I can't speak
My
for the troll, though.
vigilantism is under a separate name, so it doesn't matter.
I go to my wife and I tell her I want to get us a small business loan because I want to start a company. And she goes, "Oh, doing what?" And I'm like, "Well, the podcast, of course." And she goes, "Oh, who are you going to hire?" I'm like, "Oh, all of my fugitive friends. Everyone that's on the run.
Who else is going to hire us?
Who else is going to work with me?" I don't have any other friends. The only reason why we know John is because our roommate is his cousin. And she was like, "Hey, I got
This is a true
friend."
story.
Next week on the podcast, the special guest is Grayson because the rest of us are serving some time.
My dog Grayson. He wouldn't sit still long enough. He doesn't want to do this show with me any more than you do. You guys do. You were going to sleep, and I'm like, "Hey, we have to record."
You would
I
bite the
was-
cave troll.
I was a little tired.
How you feeling now? Did you get your second win yet?
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I'm
rolling?
feeling good. Feeling good.
You want some whiskey?
Nah, it's the lights. The whiskey will put me right to bed. Right,
It's really
right to
strong.
bed.
It is strong.
It's good. Amberfeldy, 12 years. I'm going to
Okay,
buy the
okay.
21 years when we make any money off this.
So when you make a positive gain.
Yeah. Not just theoretical sense either.
My favorite thing. Okay, so in case any successful YouTubers are out there, you know that YouTube does not pay out unless you make $100. Once you make $100, it will pay that out to you. And when I started all of this and started tracking our numbers, monetizing things, because we did have some sort of an audience, I was tracking. I was like, "Oh, no way! We're making money! Like, this is so cool!" And then I set up all of our AdSense accounts, and I was like, "How come it won't pay out?" Like, it's like you've made like $3. Like, we can't pay you $3. We're not sending you any money. Unless
It's more expensive for them to actually send you
no
the
wire
$3
transfer would cost more than what
than
we
the
made.
$3 you would be receiving.
I don't care. I want that.
I want the $3. That's like when you're yelling at the ATM. That's my money.
I'm going to the candy store with my dollar.
Are you? What are you
Yeah.
gonna get? 100 Tootsie Rolls?
I don't know what.
Do they still do 1 cent candies? Is that a thing? It was a thing when I was a kid.
I
Well-
remember at the store we used to work at before we did this, they got bumped up to 5 cents a piece.
What is this fucking recession?
They would have
Inflation,
like the regular
my
Tootsie
friend.
Rolls, the different flavored Tootsie Rolls, and all
Yeah,
that.
the fruitsies.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what we
My
always.
mom
That's,
loves
Or
those.
the vanilla ones, which are totally better than the chocolate
no,
ones.
that is
no way.
insane. No,
No way.
you're insane.
No way, vanilla.
You're not even American.
You know,
Yeah.
I think I'd have to join John's camp on this one.
Well,
I
Thank you,
want to
Dave.
see the
You both are-
certificate.
You both can just.
I want to see the birth certificate.
I'm gonna build a wall.
Keep me out.
Keep you in. You're CFO.
You can't leave now.
If you're not here, who's gonna manage our $3?
You can't
I'll
trust
do
us with $3. Obviously gonna go to the candy
look
store
look
with
what
it.
we've done with the few dollars that we have had. We
My-
built the set on the wrong wall.
My $3. Yeah, if I manage it, it'll go to the tax evasion people because
We have a life-size R2 cooler. We can't.
It's pretty cool though.
Oh, it is really cool. We cannot be trusted with money. My wife Camille handles the ticket money. I don't think I should be allowed to do a Bill Cosby
hey, I've got
anymore.
a
Oh my
Terra
God.
Nova statue. If you guys don't know what that is,
Oh, show off the
No-
Terra Nova. This is a fun story.
nobody knows.
Alright,
Nobody
let me
else
get
has
this
it.
So,
Well, somebody else might have.
do you know what
something.
Terra Nova is?
I do not.
Okay, it was an
Nice
okay.
Sucker is heavy.
1996.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, 1996
Everyone take a gander
strategy
at that thing.
game. It's about mechs and mech suits. We won't go into a long diatribe about it, but anyways, it was a small strategy game, and they never made any merch for it. But they have the statue
Mhm.
with a plaque on it for a tournament, and we have no idea. Like, I don't even know if it was a multiplayer game. So if anyone can tell us anything about the Terra Nova statue, or if you maybe want it or something, you can make Jordan an offer. Because we just have this. We got this from an old house. We don't know what to do with it. Jordan has no idea. He calls me and he goes, "Do you know what Terra Nova is?" What the fuck do I know? So I had to Google it. It took a long time to find anything about it.
One of you is an honorary member, though, of Strike Force Centauri.
That would be me. That would be me. I will claim that. Because I have the statue, I can claim
You
that.
can prove it.
There's no paperwork because paperwork didn't exist in the 90s.
Nope. Paper was not invented till the early 2000s. Everyone knows that.
And it's
Exactly.
obsolete after the early 2000s,
And
so
then-
it's crazy.
and
It
then
was a small
2013
window.
2013, we got the internet, so.
Yep.
Yeah, a small window for them to use paper, and this was not part of it. So if you know anything about this statue, please let us know. You know what? We'll leave it there for the show. It's not taking up any space. But if you don't watch yourself, Terra Nova statue, you're playing with fire.
Yeah. He's a little dusty. I'd clean him.
So what did we do today, guys? Cool story, man.
We talked a lot.
We talked a lot, but it was also in game format. We played D&D, goddammit.
D&D.
We D&Did this shit.
We did it. Still the worst pun.
I'm a dad. I'm a
You-
dad. That's
you
what we
are a
do.
dad.
That's what we channel.
You're training yourself.
In a world,
You're doing your actual physical exercise and your mental exercises.
In a world where there are dungeons
and sometimes dragons.
and voice actors.
Okay, maybe not voice
Voice
actors.
actors.
No.
These nerds will never shut the fuck up.
To be fair, we did break some stereotypes when we played D&D since we played in my living room above my basement.
Boom.
Yeah. It was dungeons and living rooms.
Okay, if we're talking about broken stereotypes, I would start with we played with your wife, who is also having your child.
Woo! I had sex at least once. Now, high school me also was still having sex. I was still pretty
Wait,
cool.
I don't remember her being there. I
Picture
remember there
didn't
being Batman. but-
Right. I don't know if you knew this, but Terry is married to Batman.
No fucking way.
It's true.
I knew
No.
My wife has never been seen in the same room as Batman.
That's true.
She also wears her Batman onesie everywhere. It's a very interesting marriage. I'm very excited about that.
It works.
I've lived here for half a year, and you never told me you were married to Batman.
I thought you would have noticed, with all the grappling hooks and crime fighting
You know-
and all the children wards that we have.
She has
You know-
batarangs.
Separated, none of those things could make the
yeah,
connection.
yeah, they mean nothing, but
Yeah,
together
but now that you mention it, there's numbers, and they're starting to add up.
they add up. They add up to Batman.
Yes, well,
1 + 1
Equals
Batman.
2. 2 + 2 equals Robin. Robin + 2.
where are you going with this,
Batman.
Mike?
See, there's the rails, and we are off.
Yeah. Oh, did we start on the rails?
No,
The first math
they
we
wouldn't
did-
give me a train.
We were just
First math we
parallel.
did was addition. The second was algebra. We got all the way up to calculus.
We got all the way to Batman.
yep.
Somehow we got Batman in there.
So, you probably heard us talk about it a couple times, but we are starting to film the Troll Playing game, which is going to come out at some point this year, whenever I can edit everything. And it's going to be essentially not the opposite, because it's not the opposite, but in a different wheelhouse than all the other role-playing game podcasts and shows you have out there. We're going to try to have a little bit more fun with it, a little bit more casual. I'm pretty sure I ate like half a bag of chips on the mic. So if you're into no professionalism, lackadaisical acting,
Really, really fluctuating voices from yours truly.
I threw a Hershey's Kiss at Terry.
at one point I just got up and peed.
Yep.
If you're into all of those things, but also Dungeons and Dragons, please check out the Troll Playing game. Don't Google it yet. You won't find anything. You won't. But soon you will.
Well, they might find something, but it wasn't what they're looking for.
It wasn't this one.
Please message me if you do, because I copyrighted Troll Playing game, and that's a problem. We'll sue their asses. We won't have to do this anymore.
Patent trolling. This is how we'll make our millions. We'll just go buy patents.
We're also launching our radio show. I don't remember the name of the radio station. I'm so terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Our buddy Dward. I'm sorry that I don't remember the name of the radio
So
station.
why don't you edit it in and just write
I
it
will,
under
I
your
will.
faces?
Just put it on Terra Nova over there.
Yeah, I'll put it over the Terra Nova
Strike
statue.
Force Centauri.
The Strike Force Centauri member. I'll edit in the radio station. So if you're in northern Michigan and you want to check us out, week by week we troll through the news so you don't have to from the internet.
So what is that, like you fish? You just turn your motor on troll and
Yeah.
you just go down the river?
Exactly.
Pull in
don't-
whatever
we
we
don't
can
troll
find.
We pull
rivers.
everything from the deep net and or 4chan.
Gotcha. So
we go through and just find the most exciting internet, and so not everybody has time to watch IGN and GameSpot and Polygon and Nerdist and all these other channels.
Kotaku.
Exactly, or any of the Kinja sites. So we essentially fish through some of the more interesting nerd and geek topics, and we toss them at you and see what sticks, like spaghetti at a wall. If you want to take a hint, none of it will probably stick. We'll probably be fired after the first show. But check out that first show. We'll be having fun.
watch that first show, everybody.
And if
listen.
anybody from the radio station is listening, this is apple juice.
Yep. It is high quality apple juice.
We put extra sugar in it.
This is really strong apple juice.
Age 12 years.
That's why we put extra. It's probably not apple juice.
It's wine at that point, right? It's just wine. That's how wine is made, right?
Whiskey wine.
We should make whiskey wine. We'll just mix the two together and rebottle it.
Is that like a country music song?
We'll
Whiskey
call it
wine?
not bubbly.
So we played D&D together. Did everybody have fun?
Yes.
Yeah, it was insane. For one, day one, 2 characters almost get moidled.
Yeah. You for someone who was like, I'm not really into TPK, you came dangerously close to TPK.
Hey, 3 of you were still alive.
the total
I only
party
hit
kill.
3 times.
Yeah, I was gonna say I dodged pretty well. Like the dexterous characters did okay until Jordan took everything to the face.
I think
Dave
we're
took
ignoring
everything to
Dave.
the face first.
Yeah, I got
His
clawed
hit
to
points.
shit.
I was gonna say what monster was it?
It was a reskinned twig blight.
Okay, yes, and it essentially climbed up Dave with claws, tore him apart.
I was
Not from the inside out.
Hit
but-
him at his exact hit points.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was perforated. Let's just say that.
I rolled a critical hit and then maxed the damage on that.
Yeah. So in nerd speak, like rolled the die, did a lot of damage with the die. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That it was painful for me because I saw both 4s come up and I was, did I just kill Dave?
Poor Dave. Every single time, it's always like the first session. Dave's always like, man, why am I always dead? Like I'm like, if not dead, so close to it. Like every time, and it's like sometimes I see Dave's like, man, I like this idea for the character, but I'm fucking dead. Like 3 minutes in, like what do I switch? Like this time, not so bad.
Yeah,
I'm sure
the-
you still like
The only time it really bothered me was my first ranger character. That was pathetic. Other than that, every character I've played, I've enjoyed.
You were doing some cool stuff with your monk until you're a dragonborn monk.
Yeah.
White dragonborn. And it was really cool until you died. But then I got time to shine, so I was okay with it. Then I was able to cut off essentially, what would you call it? Like a tree spirit?
Yeah. It was I would call it a spirit of the forest.
Spirit of the forest. I was
Yeah.
able to cut its head off.
Before you cut its head
Violently?
off,
Yeah.
I pissed it off a lot, so it killed me.
Yeah.
I pissed off
we,
a tree.
We were all able to hit it with fire. I got to smack it with a fire club.
All the
After
fire.
dousing it with alcohol.
Yeah. Some very, very strong alcohol.
It was like 500 proof.
Yeah, that was solid fun. And tomorrow we're recording another podcast. We'll have Travis on.
Mhm.
Travis played the bard for the group, who did almost nothing except for go guys. I believe in you.
I support you.
That's my man. More bows. Woo! More
And
bows.
slipped in and out of a French accent.
He did let Jordan get those 2 solid hits.
He did. He did toss out what's the name of his
Bardic Inspiration.
Bardic Inspiration. That's what I mean.
I
That's
got
the
one
name
of them.
his
Terry
cheers
got
on.
one of them.
Yeah, I did get one.
But you used yours. I don't think Terry did.
I didn't get a chance to.
You
I used one of them. I didn't use the other.
you threw it down on the first
Yeah.
first attack. Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, it was fun. It was my wife's first campaign with anybody other than me DMing, and she had a blast. She was, I mean, she's Batman, so she's good at everything. But this is her first D&D campaign, really, other than playing with me and a few other friends. So she was excited and really nervous, and I thought you did a really good job as a DM. I was really excited to get to play again, because normally I'm a DM. And also learning 5th edition has been really fun / like embarrassing.
Yeah, learning
Because
5th edition.
It's like I know so many rules and none of them apply
Yep.
anymore. Like Dave even had a couple moments he was like, I don't quite know what happens here.
there's this thing, and I want to do it, but I don't know if I can.
Exactly. So he looks at me, and then I'm like, I don't know, and he's like, man, like we don't know nothing.
Like I have this stick, and I want to hit them a certain way with it. Can I do that?
No, that's piercing, Dave.
So
Damn.
what do you guys think of 5th edition so far, though?
I like it.
I'm enjoying it. I think I enjoyed it more from a DM perspective. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much from a player perspective. I mean, I'm having fun. You're doing a great job DMing. It's still fun to play. But as a player, I love the more role-playing aspects.
Yeah.
But the rules need to be either more specific or there needs to be more just period.
Yeah.
I do feel sometimes it doesn't go as in depth or as many options. But we are only level 1.
Right.
We're still room to grow.
Even though it almost killed me, I did really enjoy the fact that you get way less hit points.
Yes.
That is one thing I really do
Instead
like.
of 30 from day one, I had 9.
And also not just the 30, but the second wins, and
Yeah.
everybody has a heal move. I did feel like we had to utilize our roles more.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Jordan right now at level 1, we are very similar.
Yeah.
So, but that wasn't too bad. It came in handy several times.
I mean, the role-playing style was totally different,
Yeah.
which
Right.
made it more different. and
exactly,
fun.
but both really high in dexterity because Jordan's the ranger, I'm the rogue. So we're both stealthy and everywhere.
Mhm.
And then when I pull out my bow, it's still very similar. So,
Yep.
but as in roleplay, like you were
But
saying,
I think I have a lot more wisdom.
Yeah.
yes,
He has-
yes,
he
your
has the
wisdom's
higher
a lot
wisdom.
higher. Mine is mostly
Charisma.
dexterity, dexterity,
Dexterity.
dexterity,
Oh.
and charisma. So, but I thought I had a lot of fun. I actually, the most fun, like I did have fun playing with everybody. I think the most fun I had was just the one-on-one.
The
that we did.
one-on-ones.
I think that was solid.
I think that's what made me have more fun in the later.
because you
session.
had to build, you got to build a little bit more with
Yeah.
your character, and also I think we needed that a little bit more since
It
we never
helped
really
us-
played with John before.
Yeah. It also helped us to have more of like we had our background, but our background fit more with the story with that one.
Right, just like that one little one-off, and also it let us get into our character before going in with everybody else,
Yeah.
so we kind of knew
kind of how we were gonna play.
exactly because you can know the story, but until you step into that role, it's like, how does he really work? The
Mhm.
one thing that I was really mad about. So I was doing so many cool things in the one-on-one. I mean, not necessarily like out of like good roles because we didn't really do it that way, but like role playing, I felt like I had a cool character. And then I walk into the group and everyone's like, "Fuck's up with this guy? Like, is he okay?"
That's because you know everything about yourself. We don't.
It's true, and like no one took my word on anything. Everyone's like, "I don't trust this guy." And also, he seems kind of dumb. Like,
A lot of the things you were just like saying to me, just telling me how not how stupid I am, but like how like
how
what I'm
unaware.
saying- how unaware I am because my character just essentially
You
doesn't-
you are from the woods essentially,
Yeah.
but it's so funny because your character's like, "I know things."
I
You
know
come
things.
in with a boisterous, charismatic character against a bunch of people with high wisdom, low charisma.
Low charisma, so they're like, "What? Is that a joke? Is that supposed to be funny?"
And then the only NPCs you encountered either had high charisma as well and just didn't trust you because they knew you.
Yeah, or they're low charisma and they're like, "What? Sure,
Yeah.
Yeah.
my character
Good
comes
one.
in.
Yeah, salad.
good
Salad.
joke, half elf. Yeah, I'll get you some salad."
My character comes in saying I'm the hero, and Terry's character's all, well, isn't a hero supposed to like
Save
save
people.
people?
And you're like, "That's
It's
not
like
what a
no,
hero
the
is."
hero saves the princess, gets the girl. You know,
That's
all.
like it.
He's
That's what a hero is.
He's the handsome young hero.
That's it.
It's like, what are you talking about?
He does what the hero does.
You had some bold moves, that's for sure. I won't go too deep into that, but like I said, the only way I
find
can
out
describe your
more,
character.
Watch
Watch
Dave
the
Troll's
troll playing game.
game.
Yeah, the
Watch-
troll playing game. Do we have a name for that yet, other than the troll playing game?
Not that I'm aware of.
It'll be troll playing game : something, or something :
Colon.
a troll playing game.
Jordan wins D&D.
You can't win D&D. I'm not doing this again with another group. You can't win D&D. It's a group game.
But I'm the hero.
A troll playing game, a look in my colon.
The fractured butthole.
Exactly.
Oh god.
So the whole precipice for Jordan's character, he's like, "Man, I thought like maybe I'd be like kind of quiet, like raised in the woods." I was like, "Oh, like Link," and you're like, "Exactly, like I want to do something like Link." And I was like, "What if you don't talk?" And he was like, "Yeah, like I talk just a little bit." And then he's like, "What if like I don't know anything, but I'm obsessed with princesses?"
You guys ever heard of rolling a snowball down a hill and you cause an avalanche?
And then we messaged
Yeah.
the DM. We're like, "So Jordan's going to be Link, but like a very, very focused Link. so it's the princess or bust. Like
Princess or bust.
Yep.
no sleep till princess.
Oh God.
Dun, dun. Oh, copyright strike. That was so good.
So close. I feel like I'm at a live concert.
Dave, who actually does not like that song or the Beastie Boys, every time I do it, he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that song.
Yep.
I'm like, no, man, like, it's fun, man. Beastie Boys. You're like,
Yeah.
no.
Brass monkey.
That funky monkey.
Yes. Yeah. Still no.
Sabotage.
Okay, I'm with
Can't
you there.
stand it. I'm on your planet.
I like Sabotage.
That's a solid song,
Yeah.
man.
Intergalactic,
Planetary,
planetary,
intergalactic.
Another dimension.
And now you've lost me again.
Dave, how do you live with these people?
I honestly don't understand.
Like, I come up here once, maybe twice a month.
Why do you think I've sequestered myself in the basement?
That's a good point. You know, living in a basement is so freeing.
I don't know if we've mentioned that
I
before,
also
but-
live in a basement.
But like this is
Yeah,
Dave's
this is
bedroom,
also
essentially.
Dave's bedroom.
He mentioned it one time in our end card video because like I'm just dancing. I'm like, Dave, we're gonna shoot an end card. You're like, what? Like I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm like, we're gonna shoot this end card. So then he comes on. He's like, subscribe so I can go to bed. He's just gonna keep dancing. Please, this is my room. Like this isn't just this. This is where I sleep.
Yeah.
He won't leave.
Where we're sitting right now used to be my living room. my little space.
Not anymore.
Grimble lives
Not
another
in
day.
my house. We have fun here.
we have fun.
I had a TV up against that wall.
No, but seriously, if you have trouble at home,
Don't-
Where is this going?
Don't call us with it because
the
we
more
don't care.
you know. It's like doo doo doo. But seriously though, I had a lot of
Maury Povich.
You are not
the
the
father.
father.
Oh!
We shouldn't do this podcast while I'm drinking because normally I'm the one trying to keep it on the rails, and I am having a hard time right now.
This podcast
You
shall be called Cave Trolls Derailed.
You spent, what, 5 hours being a character who liked drinking and talked a lot about nothing?
That's me every day. That's just me. That's why I picked that character.
We're seeing it.
when you looked at when we were playing, you're like, man, we have like a good back and forth. Like you're doing good on this. And I was like, this is just me. That's why I picked the half elf rogue.
You know, Terry, that character you played as, it's so different from your real personality. So different.
How about you? Like, I have this really cool sigil on my coat. Did you notice the sigil on my cloak?
No, he wasn't asking if you noticed it, just if you recognized it.
Do you know what this means, sir?
Have you seen this man?
Do you know who I am?
My favorite thing is like I like to wear a cloak because then people can't see what's underneath it. And I'm like,
What are we supposed to say?
what are we looking at? Like, what are you? You're still clearly a dragon. That you're still. I don't know what you're hiding.
In my defense, I've been up since 5 a.m.
My personal favorite is
I know how you feel.
when you, Terry, came in, or you had him come to your door, and is there something special about me? Yes, you're a dragon. Oh, no, I was talking about this symbol. Do you recognize? You're a dragon.
In all this time, like throughout them being in that room yelling, I'm in my room just hearing shouting going on.
Poor little quiet Denman is just sitting in a room, just hearing shouting across
through
the
a-
hall.
Do you want to get a drink with me? What? Do you want liquor? Come have a drink. And like they're upstairs, like in real life, going, what is happening downstairs? It's supposed to be, and plus, so when I go upstairs to get Dave, because when our characters come together, you know, we're pulling them back onto the set. My wife just looks at me and she goes, "This was supposed to be 10 minutes long. Everyone else was 10 minutes."
How
I was
long
like,
was
"Yeah, how long were
ours?
we?" She was like, "You've been down there for like an hour and 20 minutes." Like,
I didn't even realize it was that long.
We were having a good time.
We're sitting up there playing Mortal Kombat, and then it ended up switching to just watching
YouTube videos again.
YouTube videos
Yep.
again.
Because the three of us had all switched between every Mortal Kombat character in that game.
Mhm.
Well, so in my defense, like I had set it up, was like, we'll play a few rounds, and as we rotate in for the intro sequences, we can all just play a few rounds and switch back and forth. And I set it up, and then I leave, and I come back, and you guys have been playing for an hour, and I'm like, no one wants to play Mortal Kombat with me? Like,
No.
We'll play a
For
round.
my own protection, I was only intending everyone's to go for about 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
Then some people decided they wanted to walk around and learn more about the city.
Yeah.
You too.
Yep.
I was expecting more direction or something, so I was like, you go there, and you're like, yeah, you go there, okay, you do this thing. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm obviously on the right track, and then you're like, okay, and then you go here, I was like, yeah, we're having a good time, and then I go upstairs, they're like, what is taking? So I'm like, I don't know.
It's like
So instead
I'm
of
a
a
rogue,
prelude,
man.
they played D&D.
Yeah, we just had a one-on-one session of D&D, just a day in the life.
and for my characters, civil unrest. I want to see some of that.
Yeah, we did actually do a lot, you know,
Yeah.
for that.
Well, and I was with Jonathan. We were having our session maybe 15, 20 minutes. Terry comes down after like 20 minutes, just he's like, it's taken a little while.
Yeah.
And then his session goes on for like an hour.
I'm sorry. It's the same thing like when we were doing the character intros when I was like, just say your name and everything.
Mhm.
When I was directing you guys, I was like, I knew exactly what I needed from you and everyone did a good job. And then when I sit in the chair and do mine, I'm like, what am I supposed to say?
Words.
My name? No, it's Smith. Hold on.
10 takes later.
I'm a rogue half elf.
I'm a half rogue elf.
we did
rogue.
we did get some great outtake material from you though.
That's all I have. There's not gonna be any real material.
and a graper?
No.
We go straight into a white boy sketch.
Oh man.
Do you was it called the White Boys? Is that what it was called on Fuse? It was that sketch comedy show.
I'm not.
Whitest kids,
Whitest
you
Kids
know.
You Know.
Whitest kids you
Yep,
know.
Yep.
Yeah, the graper. And we just start talking about that, and then I'm like, this probably isn't the best for on camera.
Yeah, I don't know. I told you to. Oh, I made a bondage joke, and you
you
dove
went straight to rape
right
with it.
into it.
The way you said it was something about being chained to a radiator.
No, it was being tied down.
Yeah, I don't
totally
like it.
different.
I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable, and that's where my mind went.
We do not condone rape
No.
on this podcast.
Not at all.
Graping.
Quit.
but we do not judge if you're just into bondage consensually.
That is
Right.
not the same thing.
As long as everyone's consensual,
That is
do
not the
do
same
what you're
thing.
doing.
Yeah.
So
Oh, there's a few different jokes going through my head that I won't say right now.
you won't.
Terry won't let
Say them.
I won't let you.
Say it.
Remember that time when me and Jordan got into a fist fight?
No, I
On
could
camera.
use a refresher actually.
That was the day.
Here,
the
let me
cage
reenact
broke.
it for you.
This turns into
Guys, we're getting the band back
I was gonna say,
together.
this turns into a VH1 behind the music. Yeah, and that was when the cave trolls died.
That's what started behind the podcast.
I single-handedly tore them apart.
Oh yeah, but we have fun here.
We do have fun. here.
January 14th, 1996.
So
the
we
day
did
the
have
funk
some
died.
serious stuff to talk about, but not really serious. It was just like actual like journalistic stuff. We had some comments on the news. I don't know if we're gonna get there. I did want to talk about there's been some rumors and speculation about the Wii U's successor, the NX. You guys follow any of this? Do you?
The NX. I thought it was Super
The-
Boy
the-
2.
The Virtual
the
Boy
Virtual
2,
Boy
as we
2.
call it.
Yeah,
The only reason so do you guys know
I
anything about
thought
this?
it was the next Game & Watch.
Yes, it will be Game & Watch 2 / Virtual Boy 2.
I've only heard sparse rumors.
And that's all they've really talked. They've said they have
Nintendo Dreamcast.
they said they have leading industry leading chips, whatever that means, and that it's being manufactured currently.
Does that mean new Pringles?
Yes, it means Pringles. Honestly, it's Nintendo. I wouldn't be
Nintendo bought out
surprised if it's
Pringles?
run by a Pringle shaped thing. They'll call it the Pringle 1. And it's like, there hasn't been any other Pringles. You can just call it the Pringle. And they're like, we're going to call it the Pringle 1 Wii U Plus.
Me.
Me.
3D.
No, but we called it the Virtual Boy 2 because there was a couple of rumors that got sparked last week about it maybe being a virtual reality machine. And because everything else is doing virtual reality, why wouldn't Nintendo? I mean, they already have all the motion stuff down.
I think virtual reality Mario would be an acid trip and a half.
Oh.
Mario already is. Have you ever played Mario Galaxy?
Yes, but virtual reality.
What would you do?
Insert yourself into that world and you're fucked.
I
Now-
still don't know
now
what
would it be-
virtual reality
would
in
it be-
third person means.
I was gonna say, would it be a third-person Mario game, or would you just be Mario?
You would just be
That
Mario.
would be the best Mirror's Edge game.
Right.
First person Mario.
But I want
My
you to think
God.
about Mario, where you just have a line of Koopas walking towards you. You're just walking down a tunnel because it's a 2D platformer in virtual reality, and so you just have to jump and jump and jump and hope.
I'd play that.
feel
I
like-
wouldn't buy
I
it,
feel
but
like
I'd play that.
I feel like it's more of a torture device.
Definitely an arcade game. I'd toss in $2 for that. For that experience.
Maybe even 3.
75 cents. We're in a recession, Dave.
Now every time I hear the word Koopa, I think of the Stick of Truth for South Park when they were role playing in the backyard and their like castle was Koopa Keep.
Koopa Keep, yeah. That game. Can we talk about for a second how good that game was?
It was.
Have you played it?
fantastic.
I've never played it.
It's so fun.
I have played about 20 minutes of it. I love it, and I just never got a chance to go back
So
to
you
it.
bought it, didn't you?
Yeah, for $7 on Steam.
Bring your PS3 and I'll trade you my PS3, which has Stick of Truth on it.
PC Master Race.
Don't you own a PlayStation?
I own a PS3 and an Xbox 360,
Why are you saying
but
PC Master?
also a PC, which is
We
what I play
all-
most of my
We
games
all
on.
own gaming
Yeah.
PCs, but that doesn't mean shit.
No.
Dave's chips don't work. He doesn't have leading industry chips.
I
See,
don't.
That's the
His
difference.
Pringles are broken.
Well, he doesn't.
You see, someone got my
Dave-
package of Pringles, and they crushed them. Those heartless bastards.
Dave doesn't like to eat food that's been
They were
like cracked
delicious.
or broken. So like his candy cane broke and he gave it to me because he wouldn't eat it.
My favorite thing was because you don't know like quite. I don't want you to be offended by this, but you don't quite know how to build your own computer.
No, I
Like, that
don't.
doesn't
I'm
affect you,
fucking
right?
clueless.
Yeah. So you would end up you went and got one of those pre-made ones, which are a mixed bag, and you knew that
Yeah.
going in. But like my favorite thing about it was you were like, the graphics card keeps messing up. I was like, well, I have a cheap fix for you, or we could fancy fix it. And you're like, well, I can't really afford the fancy fix. What's the cheap fix? I said, turn it on its side. It'll keep it in the slot. It'll keep it in its bed, in its crib, if you will. And it worked. And you were like, what is happening?
Yeah. It
You want a
Gravity.
fancy fix?
It-
I'll give you fancy fix.
it worked for about 3 months, and then the card itself was just like,
was shit.
I'm done.
And to be fair, the card was shit anyways. It
Yeah.
wasn't just the bed that was the problem. And they're gonna fix it for you. You have warranty and everything. But still, it was just funny that you're like, what do you want me? I'm not Terry. I'm not putting it on side. I'm like, trust me, man. Put it on side. And you did it. You're like,
Wow.
It fucking turned on. I know you were happy with me. It was just so your face. You're like, Terry, are you fucking with me?
It's like, really, this just turn it on its side. This remarkable machine, just turn it on its side. Yeah.
I work in IT, man. I know
I
the
was just
problems that
about to
come
and
with
then
it.
and then imagine my surprise, not knowing shit about computers, that this little chip in there called a processor, about this big, it's silver, doesn't look like it can do anything, can do all the graphics I need for most things.
Yeah, you have a built-in graphics
Yeah.
on your processor, and it's not terrible. Like playing it.
Yeah,
But you need a graphics card. You need to get your graphics.
Yeah,
card.
Just
I do.
the integrated graphics.
Yeah.
On that.
So we can play the highly advanced Arc.
But
together.
this
Yeah.
i7 processor can just fucking play.
To be fair though, you have a
You can play
high-end
Fallout
processor,
New
though.
Vegas.
Yeah, it can play Fallout New Vegas by its little self.
Can it play Fallout 4?
No.
No, no,
He tried. He like moved and it was like a 5-second delay and it was like
no. It was like a 10-second
10
delay.
seconds.
And,
1 frame per minute.
and the main character's wife just like walked through a wall.
To be fair, my computer is perfect, and that also happened on it. So
my computer used to be perfect.
I thought you were
got all
going to
these problems.
No, it's your hard drives though, man. Your
I
hard drives
know.
are just fucked. You still have a really strong processor.
my
and,
motherboard had a problem. My
did
motherboard's
it?
great, but it like
Is it
It was
also
just-
the beds for your hard drives?
it was
maybe?
just having like problems recognizing one of the hard drives.
This has
and
been PC Talk with the Cave Trolls. I have that hot swap from my Alienware. If you want to use that,
the
it's a SATA
Uh,
3. I think it'll work on your motherboard.
I'll try it, but see.
I mean, you're already using my hard drives from my Alienware, so I mean, it's no step further. It might not be the problem, but you could try that.
yeah.
No one gives a fuck, but that might be that we could. Have you tried turning it on its side?
Well, by my calculations,
By my calculations, Billy, shut the fuck up. We just walked in the room.
my
What
com-
could you have calculated?
I just thought it was funny that my Dragonborn was like bookish.
What? I thought it was funny that you walk into the room and you're immediately fucking Billy because you walk in and you're like, guys, by my studies. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Billy. You know nothing about this tree spirit. I'm going to cut its head off. I'm going to shove it up your fucking ass.
Well, at first you tried to like persuade it.
I tried to be tried to be
And
diplomatic.
it was just like, fucking leave.
My favorite thing about that moment was though because like you were also like, guys, so through my, like legitimately though you're like, I've studied some things, you know, I don't quite know what this thing is. I was like, okay, he doesn't know what it is, but it's clearly powerful. So why don't I try talking to it? It has, it can talk. It has reasoning skills. Let's see if we can work something out. And when I offered, I was like, because it was a mission to save somebody, and I offered to trade it somebody, and you guys were just like, what did he say? Did he say he's gonna trade somebody? And everyone's like, what?
I knew he was going to.
And I was like, shut up, I'm talking.
I feel like we were all just about to say, you can take him.
Wouldn't work. I'm the charisma guy.
See,
And he's in his mind like this little ranger. This
I
wood
probably
elf.
would have gave you up and/or fucking Billy the Kid over here.
see, my personal
the
favorite
Dragon
role was when we had Dave roll to see if he knew anything about fairies, so that he could see what Jordan was doing.
That was the first time he said, "Well, by my studies."
Yeah.
Did you just Blue Ranger us? Jordan turns around full link and just starts talking to nothing because we don't see his
Nope.
fairy.
just fairy on his shoulder. He sees.
And we're all just like,
hears.
hey, what were you talking about? He's like,
That was
he's like,
the first time you guys agreed with me because I was like, God, is he fucking talking to something?
and he's just like, I was talking to my fairy. I'm like, hold on, fairies.
You said fairy, and then you're like, do I know anything about fairies?
Let me try to remember if I've read anything about something called a fairy.
Actually, guys, by my calculations, fairies can turn invisible and speak telepathically at the same time.
so we've got a 50-50 chance. You could either be crazy or there
There
really
an
is a
actual
fairy.
And it was like, it was a good enough role that was like, yeah, you know some things about fairies, but it wasn't like, yeah, you know everything about fairies ever.
I can tell you guys for sure that I have a fairy.
And
Can
we
he
should
actually tell us that for sure?
I can tell you guys for sure that he hears voices.
That he
I
for
won't
sure-
tell you if there is a fairy or not,
Full Harley Quinn.
but it is not something
That's
that's,
not really what they
just
said.
That's not really what this is.
he's not a schizophrenic.
Can we talk about the Suicide Squad?
You want to try that again?
I'm going to bed.
Squad.
Let me give it a try.
You
Can we talk about the Suicide Squad trailer?
Because he screwed it up 3 times.
Beetlejuice will appear.
Or maybe the Joker.
I'm hoping
Big
for the
Jared
sequel,
Leto.
damn it.
It's the Suicide Squad, so Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, I don't want him to appear. I don't like. No, I love him. He's awesome. I tried to make it. They're like, I don't like that Joker. Nah, he's the shit. I think that his Joker looks amazing.
It
But-
does.
Past the Joker, like everyone now is saying, like, oh, they copied the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just haters going, oh, there was actually a really good trailer for a movie that I want to be stupid, but it looks amazing.
It looks
that
so
movie
good.
looks so good.
Is this the real?
Oh man.
Queen, they got
Oh
Queen.
man.
I'm gonna pull a Greg Miller here. And, are you fucking kidding me? They got Queen.
That was. And I remember you hear the first chord and you're, I know this song.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
There's no way it's Bohemian Rhapsody.
No.
It's gonna be like some rap that
Yeah.
uses.
It's just a sample.
That's Freddie Mercury.
No,
Yep.
That's Freddie goddamn Mercury.
and just the rhythm.
Full yellow suit, man. Full yellow suit.
I start punching holes in my wall and tossing things around my room. Like, they got fucking Mercury. And my wife's going, Terry, calm down.
And just like when the cannon on the helicopter is matching
Yeah.
the song. It's
Yeah.
like,
Same thing. When Harley does her little shoot thing
Yeah.
to the beat, I'm like, oh, I gotta see this.
And when you have the shells just hitting the ground.
Oh, it was so good. And can we talk about how good Harley was?
Oh,
How was she the best Harley ever and she doesn't do the accent? How is that possible? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Tara Strong. I love Arlene Sorkin. Both amazing. I mean, Arlene, she created the character essentially, and Tara refined it. But
Margot Robbie.
Margot, I know, no, I'm just like,
You're
I
having
know
a
her.
moment.
Yeah, just like, oh my God, are you amazing without the accent. I didn't think I was going to like it.
Now I've heard rumors that the accent is going to crawl into the character
Slowly?
as she's out of prison.
Oh,
Or-
it's like
or-
she's going more crazy.
Not necessarily more crazy, just like she's back with people that are speaking with that accent and she just falls back into it or
That'd
something
be
like
interesting.
that.
I could see something like that. I mean,
And-
I've already heard rumors that she's only been Harley for a small amount of time,
Mhm.
so she is going to hear more voices.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the other thing I did hear is that we are going to have an appearance of the Harley Quinzel voice.
Okay.
Or Harleen, I mean Harleen Quinzel.
Quinzel.
Like the actual, psychiatrist in her.
And
Mhm.
the reason I think I've heard the rumor about the accent coming to her is because she did it so well in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yeah, really good.
oh my God, yeah.
So
Yeah. Honestly, I think either way, if she doesn't or if she does, she still sounds really cool. And I'm kidding.
that's
Oh
not
my
what they
God.
really said.
I about died. I'm laughing. She was just so amazing. She stole that trailer
Yeah.
for me. I really wanted to hear the Suicide Squad line again.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
so we some
Some
kind
kind
of
of
Suicide
Suicide
Squad.
Squad?
That's almost as bad as Welcome to Earth. Fucking Independence Day. I love Will Smith, but come on. They gave him that line, which I think now that seeing this
but that
commercial-
line was also followed directly by, now that's what I call a close encounter, and he lights a cigar
Cigar, yeah.
while sitting on top of the dead body of the alien.
Hell yeah!
Might
A lot
as
of
well
people hate
just-
Independence Day, but that movie's amazing.
Take your sunglasses off.
Speaking of which,
So
Independence Day
one-liner.
Resurgence.
What's that? Oh, Independence Day Resurgence. We never did do a trailer reaction for that. Awesome. Sucks that he's not gonna be in it.
I know.
But
Yeah.
if
Jeff
it was
Goldblum, man.
hell yeah,
It,
Jeff Goldblum.
it totally screams XCOM 2 to me.
Yes, it did look like XCOM 2. Can we talk about XCOM 2?
This one's
Not
much
actually talk
bigger
about it,
than
but
the
XCOM 2. You gonna play XCOM 2?
Probably.
Do you play XCOM 1?
I did not.
Get the
But
fuck out.
I have
Do it.
I have some really nerdy friends who are planning on playing a bunch of games that I wouldn't normally play. So, I don't know who that could be, but
Oh, they could
No,
totally
I-
play with us.
yeah, we could get like a whole 7-person team. I know these 3 guys.
Anyways. Oh my goodness, I just came a little bit full disclosure. Well, it started with the whole Suicide Squad, and they tossed out
Again.
XCOM 2. I can't contain it. I'm only human. I'm just a man.
I thought you were a half elf.
I'm just a boy talking to a girl.
No, that's him.
Princess. So Suicide Squad.
Princess.
So I'm super pumped for Will Smith as Deadshot. I think he's going to be cool. I was a little bit pissed that they switched the eye.
Yeah.
But I understand why. Like, it just makes more sense in real life that he would be shooting with that eye. So like that makes more sense. How they pulled a full Guardians of the Galaxy, and I hate pulling that kind of juxtaposition, to compare the two. But that really is the closest trailer wise that we could go to it for comic book movies, and also that tone where it's like the rebels, it's the Mod Squad,
Yeah.
it's the usual suspects, it's the
ragtag.
ragtag.
team.
Yep.
Exactly.
Pretty sure this one will have a decidedly darker tone.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
No, I think if this commercial is any indication, this is going to be a fun movie.
See,
Like a more lighthearted.
Lighthearted, definitely lighthearted.
I think they've worked the darkness into the world
Rather than
without putting it into the plot.
Yes, that's exactly how I feel. Like, I think it's going to be, if you were just to look at the plot, like, oh fuck, that's dark. People being possessed,
Which I'm
having to
excited
get these
for.
murderers. Exactly, yeah,
'Cause,
get
like,
these murderers to attack.
I'm not necessarily burnt out on it, but like the Dark Knight had so much darkness to it.
Man of Steel the same way. I love
Yeah.
Man of Steel honestly more than most people, but it is dark. I don't need none of those feels, and that's why I feel like you might be a little bit wrong on that. Just
And
because,
that's
Gotcha.
where the Marvel universe is going for like this next few like movies. It's pretty dark.
and honestly, I think this is their answer to Guardians of the Galaxy, because not only can they do tons of world building with this, but this can be like, see, look, guys, you keep saying we're all dark, and we're not all dark. We're having fun.
I was
out
also
here."
saying like comparatively to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
Probably. I mean, I don't think there's gonna be a dance off.
No.
If there was, I'd be fine with it. But I just mean like that's probably the one that we can compare most in tone. But I do understand what
Yeah.
you're saying. We're like, obviously, it is going to be darker than Guardians of the Galaxy. But with that said, I mean they're criminals. I'm excited for that aspect. But the interplay between the characters, I think, is going to be what we love more than the plot.
Yeah.
I feel like the plot might be a little thin with it. I mean, they're sent to kill MacGuffin essentially. You know?
I think that it'll all depend on how they pitch the Suicide Squad, what they incentivize everyone with. If
Right.
they just, okay, we'll kill you if you don't do this, or if there's something that they'll actually get, and then also if there's any kind of reason for them to actually want to fight this thing.
Right. Like I think part of it is I think there's going to be a little bit because they showed a little bit in the trailer with June Moon, who is the Enchantress, being with is it Joel Kinnaman's character? I think is his name. Rick Flag.
Yeah. Yeah.
That they have some sort of relationship.
Yep.
And he actually says he's like, you're possessed by a witch. So like everyone knows that that's a thing. So depending on where her character goes with that, like whether a lot of people have like think that she's going to turn on the group halfway through, which makes sense. Like she's going to turn into some sort of antagonist.
I've actually heard that. Well, I haven't heard, but I've heard a rumor.
Other people
about,
talk about it. Yeah.
that she's going to be the thing that they have to fight, and instead of having to kill her, they help her tame the power, and she becomes Enchantress. So that line, she's crazy, he's something else.
Yeah, that's the end.
That's at the end when they're
Interesting.
going over the recap of oh, this is our team now, and this is what we get to deal with.
Oh, I didn't even think about that because
It's
it just
more of like a build to that.
exactly. It makes sense. So it makes sense like thematically, like that it would be at the beginning. You're like, oh, so this is our team, huh? But really at the end, it's like, so this is our team now.
Yeah.
Because you don't hear anything about Slipknot, who probably is going to die. He's probably gonna be the one who's like, nah, fuck this. Like they do every time the Suicide Squad is portrayed. There's always the one red shirt.
Yeah.
Whether it be in CW, whether it be in the original comic book or in the movie, there's always the one guy who's like, that they put that guy on this? Man, that's weird. I read him in like one comic book. I didn't think he'd matter.
Oh
And
no, a character died.
I'm just excited for Captain Boomerang.
Then, who'd they use in CW? Was it Shrapnel? Was he the one that tried to run? Wasn't the
I
guy
don't
from
remember.
Firefly? I think
I
it was.
think so.
I think so. I think it was Shrapnel. Yeah, because he had the bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I don't know. But they did have really cool Suicide Squad stuff, and they also teased Harley, which they didn't get to use. But I'm excited that this is what came of it.
That tease.
But I feel like there could be both. There's gonna be two Flashes. Why can't you have
Yeah.
two Harleys?
And I think that'll all come with if you can get the CW shows to keep rolling on that path that they've been rolling
I
on.
think so. I mean, especially since there's so much hype around Legends of Tomorrow, around people that didn't give a fuck originally.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's really surprising. Not just people who watch it religiously or people that are into comic books. This is just a sci-fi show that people are
Yeah.
wanting to watch, and that's just really cool. Especially with that special that they did that showed the Suicide Squad trailer, all that BVS footage. Wonder Woman was shown. We'll talk about that here in a second.
What was it? Wonder Woman, Cyborg, the Flash, and
Aquaman.
But I mean, like they actually showed footage from the
Right,
Wonder Woman
right,
movie.
right,
But
right,
yeah, they actually teased all those characters. You got to hear Barry talk in that character.
Yep.
Which and I don't did Victor talk at all?
I don't
in
know.
his little- he
the,
talked as
the actor.
The actor did.
The actor who had a shirt that what was it? Borg rules.
Yeah. Which was awesome, and he's a stage actor, so we've never seen him in
Yeah.
anything. So
I think that was a great choice.
oh, it's an awesome choice, especially since Victor is such a dramatic character. I think that would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. Since I mean, he's in the New 52, there is no really Victor being on the Teen Titans. He's always been part of the Justice League. He was like the replacement for Manhunter. Do you think they would ever do a Teen Titans movie? Since we have rumors of Robin and some other stuff, do you think they would ever do that in this new cinematic universe?
I think they should.
I think they should
But-
too.
I think they should. I don't know if they will.
Especially
Yeah.
with like
But,
all like they have like Teen Titans Go right now. Obviously, I mean I don't like Teen Titans Go right.
But it's still
But
it's still a
it's-
property
it's-
that has has
has a
has
following.
cachet. You know. Well, I mean, they were gonna launch that TNT Teen Titans show, which is called Titans. That got canceled because TNT's like, we got some stuff that'll
And
actually
then-
work. We don't know if that was gonna work. We can sell this other stuff.
And then they're talking about the Justice League versus the Teen Titans, animated.
with the animated movie,
Yep.
which is good.
Yeah.
Which I think that hinges a lot on Bad Blood. If Bad Blood is what, honestly, you're probably gonna have a lot of Taylor Swift fans buying that by accident.
I've heard mixed things about Bad Blood.
I
so
don't like
far.
many of the new animated films. The last one I really enjoyed was Flashpoint. Other than I did like Gods and Monsters, but that's like
Yeah.
a different thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't part of their New 52 universe.
But like Son
on
of
that.
Batman was just.
I did not like Son of Batman. I didn't
that
like
was-
Batman versus
versus
Robin.
That was worse.
A lot of they're kind of skewering a lot of good Batman stories with that
Mhm.
world, and I don't think they're handling it very well. They haven't done another good Superman movie, and that used to be their pinnacle. Is my two favorites from that world were Batman Red Hood and All Star Superman.
Mhm.
I thought they did a really good job with adapting that story. Comic book's still better, but that was still really good. So those are the two I recommend, rather than Batman Bad Blood. I'll watch it.
Now, going back to that, do you think they'll do a Teen Titans movie?
Mm-hmm.
I have no reason to say this, but I think what they could do is have Victor Stone be in the Justice League movie, have him help found the Justice League, but then have him always be the weakest link. Not a weak link,
But the weakest.
but the weakest. So he says, okay, I'll go found my own team, figure out everything, and
That'd be
we'll
kinda
go
cool.
to San Francisco.
Have him essentially, so Batman's being the
fight
the
Deathstroke.
Sam Jackson, Nick Fury of this world.
Mm-hmm.
You could have Victor essentially doing the phase 2
Mhm.
of
The-
the DC universe.
And that would give him the reason to be kind of the veteran superhero.
yeah,
going
which he
out-
always was on the Teen Titans.
going out somewhere else.
That's
and
actually
helping
you gave
people
me
learn.
goosebumps. That would be really cool, especially if they do like they keep saying tease Dick Grayson in the BVS movie. Which would be awesome. I know there's a lot of haters out there. I think a Batman directed or Batman
Batfleck.
a Batfleck directed Batman movie.
I think it'd be
I
so
think it'd
good.
be amazing. Have you guys
Oh.
ever seen The Town?
I have not.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good, so good. And if it brings anything to like the heist, gritty Boston kind of thing to Batman, I think it'd be amazing. What's DC Universe for you? That's what we had to say about that.
Yeah.
So,
DC, you're welcome.
yeah, you can use all of these ideas, but you have to credit us. We don't want any money.
No money. Just like
Unless you want to give us money.
well, okay.
Yeah, well,
Not
I'll take money. Charles, don't tell us not to
don't
give
have
us
to
money.
we will
pay
take money if
taxes anymore.
offered, but that's not
Yeah.
what
You
we're
still have to
going
pay
for.
your taxes.
No, I said I won't have to evade taxes anymore.
just for the record, he does not evade his taxes. Do you evade your taxes?
I don't evade my taxes.
Thank you.
I need you to sign this document that says you don't evade your taxes.
I need you to sign this
The
that
bank
says
is
you are
threatening to take
Chewbacca.
back our loan. They
You
said
can
something-
audit any of my previous taxes and my future taxes.
I got this document that said something about derelict of duties. I don't know what that means, but they're taking everything.
I mean, last year they sent my taxes back because I filled something out wrong, but it wasn't because I made I.
Are you being
intentionally-
serious right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't tell if you were joking.
No, I like wrote something.
You didn't
wrong.
get audited last year, did you?
No.
I feel like I would have heard about that.
Yeah, I got audited and then they fined me and then
I like how
I'm
they
out.
find you after the audit.
yeah.
After all the
I'm out
discrepancies are like,
$1
and you
million.
also owe more money.
Yeah.
Fucking IRS.
Yep. But no, my taxes are good.
Nah, but really though, there will be a
Large explosion.
I mean, I'm excited for everything DC. Just real quick, we have a few more minutes. Marvel, Civil War. We talk about it on every podcast.
Always.
But I'd like to get a fresh take on it. You're clearly into DC. Are you into Marvel at all?
I am.
Not as much.
I wouldn't say not as much. I think I just haven't found that character to bite into. I'm really excited for Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Spider-Man.
That will be your character if-
Spider-Man.
Shut the fuck up about Spider-Man.
I will never shut up about Spider-Man.
You're right, Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
You know
I'm
Spider-Man?
not really a Spider-Man fan.
Peter Parker.
Hold on,
Ben
hold on,
Reilly,
hold on.
Miguel.
We heard you wrong though, right? Like,
Yeah.
you like
I-
Spider-Man.
I am totally a Spider-Man fan.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He fell.
We have a Spider-Man stuffed animal behind us in case you're wondering what fell. A
The only
real
reason-
person did not fall.
I murdered him.
So you really don't like Spider-Man that much?
I don't dislike Spider-Man.
Be careful what your answer here.
I think there's just I think I've been oversaturated in movie
oh,
Spider-Man
no doubt.
without
Yeah.
and I think part of it is because I haven't read any Spider-Man comics.
Oh, we can get you. Some.
I gave you some Spider-Man comics, all right?
We
No, you
can-
didn't. You gave
we can-
me
Invincible.
bunch
I gave
of
you Invincible.
image
Yeah.
stuff.
So
we
once you're
can
done
get
with
you
that,
Spider-Man.
we'll get you Spider-Man. Do you like Invincible so far?
I do. It's good.
Also, be careful
I-
with your answer.
Like I said, I haven't gotten to the point where you said if you don't like it by then, you're just an insane person.
Oh yeah.
But I've
I
enjoyed.
make jokes. I mean, it's your opinion. It's wrong. It's a wrong opinion.
It
but
is
you
a
know,
wrong
you
opinion.
can still have it
We'll
if you
back
want
you
it.
up on that.
There's no such thing as a stupid question, Terry. That's a lie that teachers tell you.
No,
There
my
are
teacher, my
stupid
teacher told me I was stupid. What teacher
Okay.
do you have?
I may have grown up in the southern half of the state where
To
they
avoid
care about
defamation
your
of character, I'll
students.
leave her name out of it, but you know who you are.
Well, it's not defamation
Ooh.
if it's a true story.
Oh,
So, for
it's
the
only
next-
liable if it's on paper, right?
It's libel if it's on paper. It's slander if it's not.
Yeah.
But if it's a true story,
This is completely true, bitch.
you do have to be able to prove that it's a true story, or she has to be able to prove that it's not a true story.
Witness.
He said,
believe
she
it.
said, I was a child, you son of a
I haven't
bitch.
seen anything.
Were you witness?
Nah, he was in a different class than me. They got held back like 9
God
times.
damn it,
Twice.
Dave.
Twice.
It wasn't.
And way later on, he was fine in 3rd grade. He was fine later on. He just slept a lot.
Yeah.
No, my teachers for the there's no such thing as a stupid question statement said something along the lines of if somebody asks a question that was the same as yours and you raise your hand, like keep your hand raised and ask that question again because I don't know why she said that.
Because you clearly weren't listening the first time, and she better
Please.
answer it.
Well,
Please
because
waste
like we would raise our hands
of
and then
the
we'd put them
time.
down afterwards. She's like, no, don't put your hands down. Like continue asking that even if it's the same question, just ask it again. So people would ask questions and then I would raise my hand and just ask the same question. I was participating.
Burn a
Don't
couple extra minutes of that class time so you don't have to learn something else.
Don't do that to me. I'll punch you in the dick.
No, it was just because that way I would get participation points.
Ah.
I never had an original
Play
idea
in the game.
class.
Participate.
Participatory.
Participation
Participation
points are just as bad is attendance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grading.
I would
Grading on
actually say they're
attendance.
worse.
Yes.
Because attendance, especially in college, is you're still paying for it.
That's
So
the
why
thing.
wouldn't
that's
you
that's
show
what
up?
upset me the most about it. But
Granted, I've skipped so many
certain
classes.
I understand. If I'm taking philosophy and it's all discussion, you better fucking participate.
Right.
But if it's math class and I have the right answer on my paper, but I didn't raise my hand because you're weird and I don't want to talk to you,
Yep.
Or because I don't understand
You know who
what
you
you're
are.
saying.
you know who you are. I have it out for all these teachers, but also a bunch of my heroes are
Teachy.
Teachy?
I've been drinking all day.
Hi, I'm your new primary host.
Mr. Kalashevsky, you're my hero.
Oh,
Everybody
that's
else,
sweet.
no. Mrs. Nugent, also amazing. Mr. Cordis,
Mrs. Tucker.
you're the man.
I thought you were just going to leave it at that.
He's drinking some really high quality apple juice.
Mrs. Tucker, I love you. I know your husband hates me, but I still
What
love
did you do to her husband?
Nothing. No. It's a whole joke. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
It's a whole thing.
I
It's a long
believe
story.
You don't want to.
And Mr. Book, you keep on trucking in Alaska.
Mr. Book is also the shit. No. It was always a joke because we were on a trip once and a tree started to fall on our canoe. It was like a canoeing trip for our science class, and he had tried to move the tree and then it almost fell on me. So it was the whole thing. It was like, he tried to kill me, and she's like, you have to stop saying that. Like, you cannot tell people he tried to kill you. And I'm like, he fucking tried to murder me. That's why he hates me.
School was some crazy times.
Sometimes that's my favorite thing to do, and whenever anyone's like, "What the fuck did Terry just say?" I just smile.
Just add sound effects to people's lives.
Here comes the smolder.
Here comes the smoke. Anyone excited for Zoolander 2?
Yes.
How sad is it that David Bowie's not going to make a return?
Yeah.
Like, I cried a little bit just because, I mean, he's amazing, obviously, but then Alan Rickman also passed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then Grizzly Adams, who I'm not a fan of, really. That was before my time. But it's Grizzly Adams. That joke alone.
I know.
The rule of threes, man.
Yeah, I was just like, holy shit. What is happening in 2016? Why do you hate Hollywood so much?
Speaking of David Bowie, I read recently that they're thinking about doing a remake, possibly.
No,
of
they
Labyrinth.
full on announced it yesterday.
Yeah.
They full on announced a remake of Labyrinth.
Well, they said it's either a remake or just a sequel-ish.
Jared Leto.
Ooh.
Actually, dude, you're onto something there. I don't like Jared Leto's music as much as I like David Bowie's music. Not even close. I like some songs from 30 Seconds to Mars. I know you're a big fan of 30 Seconds to Mars, but that's actually good casting right
Yeah.
there.
If anyone were to take up that mantle,
Who would we get for the baby?
Mary
You're
Kate,
having a baby.
Mary Kate and Ashley are too old by now, aren't they?
Nah.
How about
can we-
little
Movie
Baby
magic.
Smith?
Can we
Baby
pre-hire your child?
Hollywood, we got your baby. Your baby could be the star of Labyrinth.
I'm gonna be a stage dad.
Jared Leto could be holding your baby.
It's a really weird sentence. I can just like my
I will never watch my baby again.
That's so creepy. My wife's upstairs sleeping. I know she's going, what? The fuck did that dumbass say?
You just signed my baby for what?
No, you are not allowed to clean yourself, child.
You've been touched by Jared.
Yeah. You're
Why do I sound like Buffalo Bill? What the fuck are you? It puts the lotion in the basket.
Oh my god. Your kid just goes in the bathroom to like get ready to shower, and then you just hear like the water come, and you're just like, honey, what are you doing? Don't do
I
it.
turn off the water. I shut
said
up
no.
all the water in the house.
No water pressure.
Guys, I'm not that weird. Why does everyone think I'm so
Okay.
weird?
You are that weird. You're just not that kind
Exhibit
of weird.
I think that
A.
was more my preferred thing. Every
Uncle,
time I hold your baby, I'll think of Jared Leto.
see, this is weird. That's what weird is.
I've been tricky too.
Oh my.
Amber Feldy. For when you want to get weird.
Once
you want to
again,
get your swerve on.
That
Oh,
product
goodness.
placement, though.
and I know how to get my swerve on.
That God.
That's canon. That's the take he chose to put out.
That is canon.
That is canon.
Oh, Dave.
No, that was me.
No.
Quit trying to put steampunk in everything.
I do what I want.
He already told me that he tried to steampunk Power Rangers into D&D.
That's not steampunk. It's just Power Rangers in D&D.
But if you were gonna wear power armor in D&D, what would it be made out of?
Cloth?
What would power it? Steam.
The magic of the Morphin Grid?
It's not magic. It's more phenomenal.
Now, can you spell that?
Woo! All right, we're gonna call it on that. I think.
All right.
This is
They didn't expect that ending.
This has been the Cave Trolls podcast. If you want to subscribe, like on YouTube, check us out on iTunes if you want to get the audio only. Look out for some of our other projects. We have other videos up on YouTube, our reaction series where we watch stupid things, trailers, and/or TV shows and just talk about them to our liking. We have some originals coming out soon. We have our new Troll Plane show, so look out for that. If you want to follow us on Twitter,
Please watch it.
you want to follow Jordan on Tinder and/or Grindr. He's on both.
I don't know how you can do that, but if you
I
can
don't know
figure it out.
if you can figure out how to find
Just
them on
follow.
There's not a search bar, but if you want to hack it,
You just
find
hack
that
into
out.
the GPS. Just always keep track of Jordan.
There. If you
We
want
lose
to
him
hire John
sometimes.
to do money stuff, he is qualified. Literally,
I
he
think-
has a degree.
I do
If
have
you
a
want to
degree.
find me on Tinder, I think my main picture is holding Captain Phasma. That's right up there. So
Is it really?
I think so.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if you don't want to find me,
If
on
you want to
Tinder,
find
then-
me on Tinder, I'm happily married. I'm sorry.
but,
Try again later. And
Don't
yeah,
really,
but seriously though, I love
one's
my wife. My baby won't be in Labyrinth 2.
And if you
Why
if you
not?
want to stop watching us after this podcast,
No.
don't do that because they
Why?
won't always be like this.
And I'm at Resident Evil on Twitter. Jordan's at Extraordinary. Dave's at David Tulgetske.
Damn
John,
right.
are you on Twitter? You
I
are at
am.
Mr. Oprah.
I am.
Twist.
He
I knew
remembers
it.
it.
I knew
Mr.
it.
Whoa.
as in Mister because I got that wrong the first
Whoa.
time.
Also, just a shout out. Fill in the blank here if we get an advertiser.
Oh,
No.
Shout!
good call. And I think you guys have been doing this, but Jordan, you don't have an E in front of extra, and it threw me off for forever.
Oh, we mentioned it multiple
Yeah.
times.
Did you?
We have to
Okay.
say it, yeah.
It's
That's
like
why we started.
X.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why we, I
That's
mean,
why I
we
put it
always
there.
should have, but that's when we started doing the Twitter handles.
Yeah.
Coming up because everyone's
Because I was
like,
like,
"What?"
extra. I cannot find his handle.
We
Yeah.
exist in the ether. We cannot be located. We cannot be found.
I'm not on like
The
main
in-between.
Twitter. I'm
Yeah.
on other Twitter.
You're on DeepNet
When
Twitter.
you need something done, and you can't
On Red
trust the
Twitter.
military. You can maybe find
We're on Twitter
The
Red.
C
Yeah.
team.
the C team.
Because YouTube has Red now. There's also Twitter
And
Red.
you guys are
RedTube Red?
gonna both be on
RedTube
YouTube
Red?
and RedTube, right?
RedTube U,
RedTube Blue.
RedTube Blue. We're at RedTube Blue. Check us out. Different videos.
Do we,
Genre-defining content.
do we have box art for that one?
No.
No box art?
Low
Okay.
budget, I guess.
Real low budget on that one.
All right. We're out.
Thank you
Thanks,
and
guys.
good night.